Howdy and welcome back to the channel. This is, as you know, Matthew Pisgatti checking in from Dallas, Texas, DFW. It is hot. It's 105, 104 here this week. Seems like that's not letting up anytime soon, so I hope if you're in the area you have a pool or a body of water or a lake or a creek or something to get in, because it's about the only thing that I've been feeling like doing lately. I am about to purchase a few more DRIP. Now, why is that newsworthy? Why am I making a video on that? I actually think it's important. Even if it's a small amount, it's a small amount relatively. It's a small amount for me, or I should say it's a regular amount for me, but maybe a small amount relatively, especially to the bigger holders who are putting a lot more in. But that's how these things work, right? We only risk what we can afford to risk. And again, that's why this is not financial advice. This is me doing me. But again, why is it newsworthy? I think it is right now. I think it's important to be sharing these things because of the overall bear market that we're seeing, of the overall downturn. And by the way, still, we're going to keep harping on it. Any of the YouTubers who are really big into DRIP, look at the horizontal movement among some of these time frames. Even if it's a few days, even if it's a week, these prices that we're hovering kind of here and there in between is actually really impressive given the current state of things. I mean, sure, we've had a little help on certain days. You know, if B&B has a little bit of a pump, that's going to make it look a little higher on those days. But just staying kind of where we are is really impressive. And a lot of that, of course, is also helped by the reservoir. Just in the amount of time that I've been in DRIP, the reservoir's seen a big boost. That's been promoted a lot more than it was in the past. So there's all these little things here and there, and just having a good community. But you know, especially today with some of the, I don't want to say FUD, but just some of the rumors that I've seen flying around, none of which are fully substantiated. Where you know, there's been some guy saying he was going to dig in further into the contract and this and that, and you know, I'll believe any of the negativity when I actually see it. I think any of the larger holders in DRIP will attest to the fact that, you know, they've made money. They think there's going to be another run here. So all that being said, I'm buying more on screen right in front of you just to kind of instill that confidence that, you know, even though obviously this isn't financial advice and you're going to do whatever you want with your funds, I am purchasing more. I am throwing it into the faucet here. What is that? Just about 9.5 that I just bought. I keep track of my averages, and we'll see what my average is down to now. But I think that's important to, you know, share that. Hey, I still think the same that I've been thinking about this, even though the animal farm got delayed and the farms were paused, and we're still waiting for those farms to launch. We're still waiting for dogs to release. And by the way, there are some new Forex Shark AMAs. I'm going to be going through the AMA notes that others on Telegram and some of these places were kind enough to compile. I'll at least, you know, briefly read through those so you kind of get the rundown without having to listen to Forex Shark speak for an hour or 2 hours. I know it's a lot of the same information over and over again, and so we're going to do a quick video to update on everything that he's been talking about when things are going live. But, you know, really, if you have a question, when is the XYZ going live, just go ahead and assume it's a month. Who knows? You know, we're still waiting on things. He'll say things are almost ready. It'll be ready when it's ready. And if you had dogs, you know, if you had things that you credited, you know that those will be credited back in some way or fashion. You will get value back into the system. Some people are kind of upset in the way that he's going to be crediting dogs, by the way. So we'll cover that in a future video as well. But yeah, I just wanted to drop this quick one to say, hey, I'm still depositing. That's what I'm doing. I want to still compound this and grow this and bring my average down. I think with this purchase here, I've actually dropped my average down to about 20 per drip. So I'm sitting at about $20 per drip. So, you know, the more that I can dollar cost average down, it makes my rewards that 1%. Even if DRIP decided to stay relatively horizontal, even drop a little bit, it still makes it worth it in the long run with that 1% steady per day up to the 365% of my total deposits. So that's still positive overall for me. And the further I dollar cost average down, it just increased the the chances, the percentage of the profit that I'll be making, unless this whole system just randomly exploded, which I still don't think is happening. I've not seen any indication of that. I always throw those things in kind of as a humorous additive, because really we do need to keep that in mind whenever we're gambling on anything of financial matter. We're only risking what we can afford to risk, right? You're not betting your house money on this, but you're putting in what you can afford to risk if you decide to, and then we're riding it up. And hopefully we're going to have this next run, another run. We want to experience what the first wave experienced when the prices were about this low again, and then they saw upwards to 180, and that's what we're looking forward to hopefully seeing. So again, I'm throwing more in. I'm going to keep compounding. I gotta catch up to where I am with stake. I don't have as big of a team over here, but here's hoping, here's trying. And if we start seeing a good run up, you're gonna see these videos explode in views. You're gonna see a lot more activity again, and that's really unfortunate, actually, is if and when that happens, is that you're going to see all this activity, all this, well, it's that FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. Everyone's going to pile in. The videos are going to get a lot of views again. Everyone's going to join the teams. And then we're going to have that kind of repeat where, depending on what the high is, whether it's 100, whether 50, whether it's 300, 500, there's always going to be a large group of people who buy in at that high. And then, there's this whole wave back down where they're going to be a little disappointed. So that's always unfortunate. It's why if anyone comes across this early days, or when it's like this time, these are the times. They always tell you, and when everyone else is fearful, that's when you be greedy. If it looks like a good opportunity and you are going to risk it anyway, if you would risk it when it's on the way up to 100, would you consider doing your due diligence and risking it now, when it's at 6 or at 5, given all that the developer is talking about he has coming down the pipeline? And even if they're 3 months out, 4 months out, doesn't that just mean you have this much extra time to ride the price down and DCA, dollar cost average, all the way to, I don't even care if it's a dollar. If all this recent rumor and like scare tactics I'm seeing in the Telegram, whether any of that comes out to be true or not about an animal farm, I don't even want to get into it because it's all baseless rumors at this point. But whether any of that has any merit doesn't matter. If just the fear of people being worried about, when is the animal farm going to launch, or what are happening with our dogs? If any of that like sentiment is really negative, that sucks in the short run for DRIP. Of course it does. But hey, if it drops DRIP down to a dollar in the next couple months for me, and I can load up on 300, 500 of them, and then ride that back up, I'd be sitting pretty. I'm not going to complain about that. But obviously all those who miss out will be sad if there's a next run up. So that just comes with the territory, though. We take these risks, and either we're right or we're not. Everything could explode out from underneath you. I could epically fail on video, and that'd be something fun to laugh at. Hopefully we can laugh at that together. That's why we're only risking what we can stand to risk. It is a gamble. But hey, maybe we all get rich together, and that's amazing as well. So as always, I appreciate the support. Like and subscribe if you appreciate the content and the information that I'm sharing, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Have a good one. Stay safe out there, and keep compounding if you're invested. I'm just compounding along until we see some type of rise or some type of change. There's not a whole lot of news actually coming, so hang in there. See you on the next one.